brand new podcast. Welcome back to Attack of the Mic. I am here, your host, Mr. GameKO over here on GameCode, and I am featuring the lovely guest speaker. So talking on the hype button over there, man in the hype button, In-Betweeno. Yep,
What up?
In-Betweeno himself. Make sure to follow In-Betweeno on Twitch. You can see it right
Thank
there.
you, sir.
Click the link
Appreciate
below.
you.
Absolutely support the man. He is going to be, I think we brought him in mainly to be giving us kind of the color commentary from the PS side. He is primarily a PlayStation gamer. He branches out though. He likes to play all kinds of different games and stuff like
I
that.
play it all. Got my Switch
we
hooked
got
up
some
and ready to
feedback.
stream from and everything.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That's right. You got yourself a Switch. You got your other half a Switch. So you both have Switches now.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's all good in the hood. All good in the hood. What's up, delightful Dylan?
Yo,
Don't worry,
Dylan.
you're the next attack. We're also going to be doing a Halo podcast a Halo TV series podcast upcoming weekend. We're planning to do it Saturday, so we'll be covering the first 2 episodes. We planned on doing it last weekend. Things came up. We just had to move it. So very excited to kind of unravel more of that mystery. But until then, we're talking the absolute news of the day, which is the brand new Xbox Game Pass competitor, PlayStation Plus. I know you think there's already PlayStation Plus. No, it's PlayStation Plus like premium. They've basically merged both systems, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, together. And it's creating this new super service. And so we're going to kind of run you through it. But before we dive into the specifics, what are your first impressions of the announcement so far, Mr. In-Betweeno?
I'm excited. Competitor is exactly, in quotes, competitor is exactly right. It's not the same prices that you see as Game Pass, of course. And it's also not going to have the same catalog as Game Pass. But it's going to have everything that PlayStation owners love and more of it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it.
Definitely. Well, I got to say, I'm actually pretty pumped about it too. I think that people are being a little too harsh on it or being a little too positive. I don't know. Somewhere in the middle there. But in the middle. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just say I'm not super like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever coming to PlayStation, but it is definitely something that will be needed, and that's been needed, and it's gonna get more people more excited for PlayStation, I think.
Yeah, they did some of the things that I wasn't expecting, and they did some of the things I was expecting, and I think that's pretty cool. So let's do kind of a quick rundown of some of the highlights of it. Oh, we see Delightful Dylan in there. It will be nice to get those old school titles. Exactly. That was actually the first point that I wanted to point out. Let's share my screen real quick. We're going to take us through here. So obviously on the surface, actually,
Dude, some of the Digimon, things that Dylan.
Digimon World 3 from PS1. Oh my God, right? That would be insane. I will say, so on the surface, PlayStation Plus will actually have more titles than Game Pass. Game Pass currently has about 450 or so.
No kidding.
But because of PS Now and because of the PS3 streaming, I think technically that title number is higher. But from what I'm understanding, and we're going to get into this a little bit.
What up, T-Sun?
What's up, T-Sun? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Attack of the Mic. I believe that about 300 of those, 250, 300 of those are only streaming. So we're going to find out more details on that. But I'm hoping, based upon some of the language in here, that more of them are downloadable, just like Game Pass. And I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
More companies should do this. Nintendo, we're looking at you, man.
Also, I'm not sure what tier it is, but it does say that it's going to be accessible on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Yeah, so PS Now was already accessible on PC. I'm curious what that means by. So where did I definitely saw that like PS Now is still going to be there, but I didn't see like the PS5 games and stuff like that might not be there.
I did see something about PS5. Yeah, I did see some PS5 and PS. It said PS5 and PS4 games somewhere in there in the announcement, but I can't read it on there.
Yeah. T-Sun says, I want .hack series from PS2. Oh, man. I remember that series. I had some friends who were huge fans of that.
Dude, I was saying if they put the bouncer from PS2 on there, I am hyped as hell for that one. That one was
the bouncer.
It was a super weird, like, turn-based action RPG game where you're a teenage bouncer in, like, a super futuristic city of a girl who gets kidnapped. It's weird, but it's, like, totally Square Enix level type stuff.
Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. I can get down with that. Definitely, I agree. Dylan says PC would change the game like Game Pass did. Exactly. I think that
Yeah,
that's
no,
kind of the
exactly.
it's the last frontier. That plus day and date. So there's a couple things that are missing. We'll talk about in a minute, but just to go over some of the highlights, it's going to provide the same benefits as PlayStation Plus members are getting today, like the standard stuff: 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for games, online multiplayer access. Same thing for Game Pass. Both things are matched there. No changes for existing PS Plus members in this tier. The pricing for that is still, you can still go for like that was $9.99 a month. That's PlayStation Plus Extra. No, I'm sorry. PlayStation Plus Extra provides all the benefits of the Essential tier, which is $9.99 a month, and then adds another catalog of 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games. I'm not sure how you quantify enjoyable, but I appreciate that they're hyping that up, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studio catalogs and first party and third party partners. So basically, PlayStation Now is getting implemented into PlayStation Plus Extra. The pricing on that is actually really competitive at $14.99 per month, but the more interesting part is the yearly prices on all of these. This is the part that I think that they have a little bit of a leg up on Game Pass because they're not offering day and date games. I think this is why they're doing this. So for a year, it's only $100. So that's
That's
$10
not,
a month, or
yeah,
that's less than $10 a month.
that's
That's
not
cheap
bad
as
at
hell.
all. Yeah,
That's just PlayStation Plus Extra. That's a good middle tier for a lot of people.
absolutely.
My understanding is if you have PS Now right now, that just evolves into PS Plus Extra.
Yeah,
So
but
right now
even
I'm
if
still on that.
if you don't have PS Now and you just have PlayStation Plus, how much
Yeah.
is
So
that?
so if you just have PlayStation Plus, that just it stays the same. So you'd
Nine
still
ninety
have
nine.
PlayStation Plus. Yeah, but if you want to, you can just jump up to pay 99 for the year and then get up PlayStation Plus Extra. But PS
Gotcha.
Now, if you're on PS Now, you're
Love you
still going
too,
to be at
buddy.
$10 a
Gotcha.
month on PS Now because they're not going to change your price yet. So they plan on doing it in the future, but they haven't yet. I read that a little bit uh, uh, clarification in one of the articles. PlayStation Plus Premium is the one that's like the big kahuna. This provides all the benefits of essential and extra tiers, plus an additional 340 games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming. 340 additional games. I'm sorry, I don't want to sell that short. A catalog of beloved. This is the part that excites me like crazy. Catalog of beloved classic games available both streaming and download options. So I love that they say that. It's a little unclear if that means that all of them will be both download and streaming, or if some of them will be only streaming because of how they've done in the past.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that it's the latter because that would be really freaking cool. I don't
Absolutely.
mind the streaming, but I'd prefer if I can download them.
Absolutely.
Um, from the original PlayStation, hype, PS2, hype, and PSP. I never played the PSP games.
Oh
I want to
yeah.
get into that.
Oh, dude, yeah, there's some
More
really fun
rapid.
PSP games. Parappa the Rapper.
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say. Once that comes back out, dude, imagine a remaster of Parappa the Rapper. Sold.
I mean, that was a huge game. That was a
Yeah.
huge game. I'm curious if there's going to be any games that can't be brought into the lineup because of like license issues. I don't know
Oh
what Parappa
yeah.
the Rapper has. Did that have real songs in it, or was it made up songs?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm pretty sure they were mostly made up songs.
If they're mostly made up or all made up, then probably can come. I would say that's probably a likely thing. Oh, by the way,
Sweet.
forgot to change this. PS Plus, is it the Game Pass killer or mostly filler? It's probably just somewhere in between. That's the clickbait headline.
Same T
Oh
son.
god.
I've played a couple games on PSP. I can't remember all off the top of my head. I know I played the Gate of War. Wow, Gate God of War on PSP. That was super fun.
Super fabulous, yeah. Uh,
Yes.
offers cloud streaming access for original play. Okay, so all of that, and then time limited game trials will be offered this year, so customers can try select games before they buy. I'm curious how long that
That's
game trial is, but that could be cool.
well, I mean, they tried that with Cyberpunk. That one they had it you had 6 hours gameplay,
Yeah. So
which is
game,
I mean, that's a good chunk. It's a good
I
intro.
mean, yeah, Game Pass does this, but only with the EA Play side. So EA Play all new games for 10 hours. You can play them for 10 hours if
Okay.
you have EA Play. So that's part of Game Pass Ultimate. I'm wondering if that's kind of the same thing. They're going to go for that 10-hour mark. If that's the case, how many of the first party games can be beaten in 10 hours? Maybe we
Dude,
just
so
like bust them
many.
out in the game trial.
Yeah,
You know what
for
I mean?
real. Speed run.
I had Die Hard on PSP. Oh, did Die Hard a PSP movie? Live Free Die Hard. He had the
Oh
movie on
wow.
PSP. You remember when they were selling those the little
UMDs.
discs for just the movies? The UMDs. Oh man, I love
Mm-hmm.
UMDs.
Yep. I
Okay.
guarantee you, my dad still has his PSP and still
Does
games. I
he?
have to find out which ones he has.
Oh, you definitely out and report back to the coders. They
Yeah,
need to know. The
absolutely.
United States price is going to be 18 or 17.99, so $18 a month, or 120 yearly. So the price of Game
Okay.
Pass undiscounted. So if you don't buy bundles or you don't use any other like the methods, you can get
Sure.
it cheaper. It's 180. So that's why
A year.
PlayStation Plus has actually got a little bit of so the yearly price is cheaper. Now, plenty of people still do the monthly price because of laziness or they don't like the idea of being locked into a permanent price thing. But if you're thinking about this on like a value level, if you're even going to buy a handful of used games, full price, you're only talking about 2 games. You're breaking even. So that's a really good pricing point. I thought that was
Hell, PS5 games are
PlayStation's gotten
$70
aggressive with that.
now.
Yeah, the only thing is, you're not going to get any of these when they come out. So they're all going to be like maybe a year or 2 later.
Oh,
That's
you
kind of the
think it's
idea.
going to be a year? I was thinking 6 months, but yeah, man, if they're all a year later, that makes sense.
If we're going based upon what we saw, get 180 for Game Pass Ultimate. PC is $10 a month, so 120. So it's
Gotcha.
15 for Game Pass Ultimate, which has PC, Xbox Live Gold, and console plus streaming, all that stuff, just like this. The only real thing that's separating them still, and I still think this is the killer, is the day and date, right? Like if you told me God of War was coming to this day one,
Yeah, right.
there's no doubt in my mind I'd have to be subscribed to this.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
no other option.
Absolutely.
Shit, I might buy the game too, but I'm also gonna be subscribed so I can just like download that shit right off the bat.
Yeah, or stream it.
If I'm having a strapped month. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So this is happening. That's a good question. I don't think the first half of 2022. So the end of the first half of 2022.
It's probably
That is
like
the
June
plan.
then.
Yeah, that's what they said, that most territories should be done by that. We'll probably be the first territory, the United States, and every
Yeah.
other territory will be after that. But that means that you're probably going to get this no later than June 30th is kind of the aim. My birthday. Maybe we'll get it on my birthday.
There you go.
I think that's a pretty like good service offering, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're buying yearly.
Mm-hmm. Now, it claims to have over 700 titles, but like what kind of titles? Like how much of those are just like indie little PSP or PSP?
A lot of them.
You know what I mean? Like,
so there will be a lot of them, but there's I will bet that the PS5 lineup is a little lacking. It has like the big hitters like Miles
Miles
Morales.
Morales.
I know Miles Morales
on
is
there.
there.
It's got to be
God of War, the last one, the
Mhm.
first like number 1 will be on there. All of those kind of titles will be on there, but the like newer games won't be there, obviously. And then like I think that you're probably not going to get any like I guess it's going to be all of them except for the newest ones, but there's just not that many out yet.
Yeah.
So as it gets longer, it's going to get a better lineup. And I still think there's going to be a point when PlayStation says we could corner this market if we wanted to. We're making enough off this subscription service to justify us doing this, like going day and date.
Totally.
Especially once you start selling them on PC and you don't do something like Xbox where you also get it on PC as part of the service. That would be a really great way to do it. Like you'd have multiple options.
Yeah.
We'll see if that happens.
True. Yeah, you know what, T-Sun, you're right. There are thousands of PS2 and PS3 games, and a lot of them are actually first party games that they have too. Like they have a lot of first party games to choose from when you go back to PS2 and PS3. Like you go for sure, all of the Resistance games are gonna be on there.
Oh, I would imagine so. That was made by Insomniac, right? Before they were part of.
I believe it was Insomniac. No, I'm sorry. No, it was Guerrilla Games.
No. You're thinking of a Killzone.
Oh, Killzone. Yeah, well, those are gonna be on there too.
So, but the Resistance games are Insomniac, which
yes, you're right.
PlayStation owns. Mm-hmm. So rights wise, should be cake. In fact, can we get a new?
Can we
get a new one?
Well, you see, they tweeted yesterday a picture of Resistance 3 saying, "Here, watch that punchline." After that slap. And then
Did they really?
Yeah, but they posted it Sunday, and then today they posted it, called it when they, which was just fantastic. But yeah, no, I think they were just like promoting the Oscars, but it was just hashtag Resistance 3, and I was like, God, all the comments on there, give us Resistance 3, and I want more Resistance. That was so fun.
It was such a cool concept. It was like one of those games that like put the one thing that PlayStation doesn't have a lot of is first person shooters. Like if we're
Yeah,
being honest, and
true,
competitive shooters for that. Like
absolutely. So
outside,
Resistance and
that would be
Killzone,
amazing.
absolutely, that would be like their
Yeah.
version of Gears.
Although they basically confirmed Killzone's never coming back.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Well, the
Guerrilla
last one was
basically outwardly
garbage.
said
The
it was
last one, I
bad.
hated it. It was like, and
I
well, and
wish
also
I
story-wise,
couldn't get into it.
yeah,
Was
story-wise,
it bad?
spoilers, they blow up some planets. So,
Oh.
yeah, it's bad. And it's like, okay, well, they're for sure trying to end this thing. So,
Yeah,
but
as
Resistance,
far as I know,
though,
they confirmed it.
good to know. But Resistance, I mean, an alien invasion during World War II, that is
Yeah.
such a great concept. We're already at war and we're invaded. Guess what? We're all of a sudden teammates because we're getting invaded by these ridiculous aliens.
Exactly. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. What's up, Naga-chan? Welcome to the stream.
Yo.
Yeah, so PlayStation Plus Premium, I think that this is a really solid offering, specifically in the yearly format. I'm most excited for the classic games, and I'm interested to see what the PS5 lineup is for it, because that's going to be an interesting factor for like new people who are buying PS5s, right?
Totally.
It makes more sense to like roll out day and date down the line because of the fact that they don't have a lot of PS5s in the wild yet, and when they get more, it'll make more sense because that's where all the new games are coming.
Totally.
But so okay, yeah. So
Do we know if
this is where you saw this.
do we know if EA is going to be part of it? Like, is there going to be an EA Play thing? No, probably not.
Not as of now, but I would be
Okay.
willing to bet that games from publishers like that will be in it, like Game Pass. You know how Game Pass makes
I tell you what,
deals all the
dude.
time.
If they have Def Jam Fight for New York in there or something like that, it's going fucking down. Like, I'm streaming that shit immediately.
Will we all know what RJ needs? Give him some Def Jam.
That or some NBA or NFL Street, give
NBA
it to
Street.
me. Oh, I would be all over that.
I agree. Yeah, EA Play. Could you do that for Game Pass too? Because I'm ready for that. That would be amazing. The other question is Ubisoft is rolling out their stuff to consoles. It's first coming to Xbox, but I'm curious if that ends up coming to PlayStation because of this kind of stuff. I think that leaves a lot of room for that.
Mm-hmm. It's got to.
I mean, yeah, if you can. But the only thing about the Ubisoft stuff is I know it's a separate subscription. It's not part of Game Pass. It's just going to be a separate subscription, which is a bummer. Like, I don't want another subscription.
Yeah, if we're already paying $180 a month for Ultimate,
or $100 a year, yeah, exactly.
Our Ultimate doesn't cover everything.
Doesn't sound well, so that's not
me. Doesn't sound.
It's not exactly an Xbox's control to do that. You'd imagine that they'd be like, well, we were charging $15 a month on PC, so
yeah,
you're going to give us all $15 from the Xbox Ultimate per month. Thank you. Have a good day.
That's fair.
So this is what you saw right here. Offers cloud streaming access for original PS2 or PlayStation PS2, PSP, PS4 games in the extra and premium tiers market, where PlayStation is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. So you can stream on all of those. That's what you heard. Gotcha. So, but it's still really cool that I can do that on PC. I'm going to subscribe to this even without having a PlayStation 5. Like, it's going to happen because there's enough value here that, like, I'll be able to play some of these games. Yeah, just on the PS4, the PS3, the PS2, PS1, and PSP.
Absolutely.
Like, that's enough.
Absolutely.
So I think it's worth it. Yeah, 100%. What are some downsides? What are things that are missing? What are things you need?
More first-party games on there. Actually, you know what? More third-party. That's going to be what's going to be missing because Xbox has a lot of third-party in their subscription. And that makes it so you don't have to buy a lot of the games anymore. You just can use your subscription and you're set.
Yes, that's a good point. I have not had to buy many games. I bought a handful, but that's just because I like buying games. I like owning certain games.
Sure, and
but I
will
say
games that you want to
save a lot of money. Yeah, exactly. I've played a lot of games I would never have played too.
Absolutely, but also say, for example, now that EA Play is on there, games like the sports games that you don't want to buy every year because they're the same game
Yeah.
that are rehashed every year, you can play it with your subscription.
Yeah, worst case, you're playing last year's version, which is basically this year's version with the same with a different roster. So it's like, who cares?
Yeah, well, I mean, they just put out Madden 22, and that's still
Yeah,
this year,
like
you
pretty
know,
pretty
and
new. Yeah, exactly.
NFL and NBA are both on there, and those are still this year's. There's no 23 out yet, so
That's a good point. Yeah, so they're even doing it before the new game comes out, which is a little
yeah,
bit
that's
ballsy.
that's what blew my mind. I didn't realize they're gonna do it that quick, but
I
hey,
had no plans on that. T Sun asks, "What about Blizzard and Activision? What do you think?"
that would be a good get, but they don't have like many.
No, I
Like
got a
I don't
question.
know, what's up?
Who's about to own Blizzard and Activision?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it ain't
Isn't
going to PlayStation.
exactly. Yeah, no, it's not going to PlayStation.
At least not the subscription service, I would say.
No.
It will 100% come to the platform. They've confirmed COD will continue to come to PlayStation. Makes sense. That shit sells
Yeah,
a
of
ton of
course.
copies on PlayStation. Like, why hurt your revenue? Like, there's no
Exactly.
reason to. Blizzard games, a little bit more up in the air. We're not sure.
Blizzard,
Some
what
will.
Blizzard games do they have? Like Diablo and what else?
Diablo. I mean, Blizzard
That's on the
Activision is all one big
PlayStation.
thing. So it's. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to pull up all the Blizzard games. Let me see if I can find this out. But then also Bethesda. You just had your last Bethesda game that released
Yep,
on.
exactly, and that's
I
going
don't
to be
think there's
straight up
ever going to be another
exclusive.
one.
Hmm.
I don't think there's ever going to be another Bethesda game on
On
PlayStation now, which is
PlayStation.
weird.
Well,
That's
I don't
bizarre.
know. I feel like they're not going to tune out PlayStation completely. I feel like it's going to be a year exclusive for Xbox, and then they'll release it to PlayStation. At least for me, that would
I'm
be the
fine
smart
with
thing to do.
this. Personally,
Fine
I
with
don't
that
care.
too.
Like, I don't care. As long as it still comes to Game Pass, I don't care because
Sure.
it's how I save my money, right? Like, it doesn't
Exactly.
bother me. It's never bothered me when things go to other consoles. But at the same time, like, as a business strategy, I don't know if that makes it. Because Bethesda games are more like single player focused anyway, I don't think it has as much of a strong case. So here we go. World of
I f-
Warcraft, that'll stay
yeah, but
PlayStation too.
you can't.
You can't.
That's
It's
not on
only PC,
PlayStation.
right? That,
Yeah, that's
there
only
will be a
PC.
console. I'm gonna bet it right here. Console
You
version
think
will
so?
exist. It will come to PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah, oh,
Shit, I'll get
100%.
back
Do you
into
know how
World of
much
Warcraft.
you know what I'm saying? Sharif
Yeah.
Pathrija, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hope I
Yo,
said that right.
welcome.
Diablo, the Diablo 2 Resurrected. Overwatch, that's another one. They're making another
Oh, that's
Overwatch
right,
2.
Overwatch.
Huge
Yeah.
series. That will come PlayStation indeed. I can't imagine
I hope they
them
put a freaking
again
campaign in
coughing that
there.
up.
I have. That's the only reason why I've never even touched that game. There's no campaign, so I'm like zero interest.
And Diablo 4 is coming soon, relatively soon, like in the next year and a half, 2 years. So that is coming to. Well, I don't know. It looks okay. It's still slated to come to PlayStation, so I'm going to say it's going to.
Oh, I thought it already was.
Yeah, it's still slated to come to PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah, it's planned to.
Diablo. I thought. Yeah, I thought there
4.
already was a Diablo. Oh, 4. Oh,
Oh,
gotcha,
the new
gotcha.
one. Yeah, they're making another one. That's everything Blizzard Activision that's like featured on their page.
That's what I
Trying to
thought.
think if there's anything else. But then you also have to think about there's a million other like random things that they don't make anymore, like the Spyro series, like the all of those guys. What's his name?
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. Thank you. Yeah, they still make those games, but not as often.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just
Hey,
put
no,
the
you know what?
remastered out.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, yeah. I have a thing.
Okay.
PlayStation. If PlayStation Plus Premium gives me a new Sly Cooper game exclusive to PlayStation Plus Premium, I'm there in a heartbeat. Give me a
There
Sly
you
Cooper.
go. There you go. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, put some games out there that you could only get on premium where you can't even buy.
No, I don't mind if you can buy them, but I'm saying like put those ones day and date. Don't do every game. Just like once every so often. Give me a special game that's like only on premium as well, or is also on premium as well.
I was gonna say another thing too is PlayStation makes so much money on digital copies.
Yes, they
Like
do.
they have so much money because they sell it for full price all the time. It's never on sale.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. They make a lot of money on digital copies. They're currently, I think, second in digital sales behind Xbox, just because Xbox released the Series S, and I think that's been like driving that a ton because it has no disk drive. There's no option for physical on that one. PlayStation has a digital version, but it's not in the wild much. Like I want one,
No. Yeah,
but I can't
but
find
good
it.
luck finding
Like it
it.
doesn't
Yeah, it's
exist
funny
yet.
how hard it is to find a digital one versus the disc one, which I would have thought opposite.
Yeah, yeah,
But no,
I
everyone
know.
wants the digital.
I would have hoped that they would have made the digital one more frequently, but they seem to have made more disc ones. I don't really understand that. I think that's like probably just like a Japanese thing. They prefer physical media, maybe.
They're all Adam.
Yeah, they're all Atom. Yes, they want the physical media. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. It's just
No,
not
not at
not my
all.
style.
No.
I
It's
prefer
very collectory.
digital. Yeah,
And yeah, this way I
as
can
you
collect,
say in front of a million figures.
like I said, it's very collectory. Ignore my wands,
Love it.
ignore my Funko Pops, ignore my helmets.
It's all about that digital life, bro. Someday I'm going to find out they're all projected digital copies.
Yeah,
that are
right. I turn
that are.
fall over and it starts flickering.
It's just a bunch of NFTs behind you. No one knows that. By the way,
Shit.
do not support NFTs.
Do not,
Really.
please. We're trying to get that out of here.
Bethesda can do a game, but the game devs can take 2 to 3 years to make, though. Yeah, they have like
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
true.
of games in the works, though. Like what's it called? Is coming the end of this year. Starfield is coming at the end of this year.
StarCraft?
Starfield on no, did Bethesda, not I know Blizzard and
Oh,
Bethesda. We're getting them mixed up. Bethesda
gotcha.
is making
Bethesda,
Starfield. Yeah,
Gotcha. That
that's
one's like
coming
a
the end of
space
this year.
Skyrim,
Yeah, I can't wait.
which is Outer
I'm
Worlds. Well,
sort
Outer
of,
Worlds is more
except
of like a Fallout.
yeah, and like not open, like not as open worldy as
You're
the
right. It's
other ones.
much more linear.
It's still open worldy, but not like the same. Yeah, not like
Mhm.
Fallout. I would argue Outer Worlds was better than Fallout 4, though.
I personally liked Outer Worlds. It was shorter than I expected, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's like 20 hours, right? It was pretty short compared to what you would expect from that kind of a game. Okay, one question. Yeah. We're going to open it up to the group for a little bit. What kind of questions do you have? What is better to gain, digital or hard copy for a game? Well, that depends on who you ask.
That depends, because if you like collector editions like I do, hard copy is what you want because you get the better digital. You get like statues, which I have multiple statues of. I got an Ezio statue. I got a Batman statue. I got Miles Morales statue. I got a Destiny statue. You can't get that with the digital copies.
See, that is a crime. You know what they need to do is they need to release special collector's editions, digital copy versions, which is like the game is digital, but you just get sent all the stuff. Give me a box.
Especially if you're paying the same price. You're paying the same price for it, but you're not getting all the good stuff.
Exactly, I agree. That's kind of why I've been anti $70 price tags on games, is because motherfuckers have been selling $70 games forever. They just call them the deluxe version and give you like half a skin. Mm-hmm. It's a joke.
Exactly.
It's not It's not worth $10. They're selling it to people who just say, "Oh, deluxe, I have to get the best version." But like, I didn't say anything, Rache.
I have a problem, but yes,
you don't.
Yes, I do.
You have a good problem. It's just a good problem.
It's not a bad problem to have, but it's not the best problem to have.
Quick shout out, please, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications over here at GameKO, and follow Inbetweeno on Twitch or YouTube. On Twitch is the easiest way to go. You just go to twitch.tv/Inbetweeno and you hit that follow button. And you give all of your subscriptions so he can make some money. Man is poor after buying all these deluxe versions.
After buying all the deluxe versions of everything, I got no more money.
No. Just support because he's an awesome content creator. Yeah. I love it. That's one thing for hard copy on the game. Sort of, yes. Yeah, it's getting less and less so, though, I would argue. Because back in the day... Well, so like hard copies back in the day used to have the full game on the disc. So, and these days, that's really hit or miss. Like besides a handful of games, a lot of games are partially on the disc and have to be downloaded the rest of it.
Yeah,
So I
I
know
hate
that's a
that.
problem on Xbox.
That
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why do I get a game that's 30 gigabytes still got to install after I have the disc that has to be inside? Or I had last year I had the NBA 2K22 or whatever, 21, 90 gigs plus the disc. Why?
it's because the developers like the idea of being always online and being able to check in with you and stuff like that.
Stupid.
Um, there's some ownership questions we're going to have to answer over the in the future, but as of right now, I'm not that concerned about the concept of like them disappearing. I'm more concerned about like online multiplayer features not being supported in the future, which is actually happening. Like
Yeah.
Halo 3 original no longer has servers up. Like that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The original copy of that game on 360, you have to play the new version on the Master Chief Collection, otherwise it doesn't work. So that kind of stuff is sad. It happens
Yep.
with every company. Nintendo does it, PlayStation does it, Xbox does it. It's just sad. You can't continue to pay for servers for games that don't get played very much. Like
Yep.
it's a waste of their
It's
money.
more cost effective.
But it makes me sad. It's like I would love to
Absolutely.
be able to go back someday. Thanks,
Oh,
T
thanks for
Sun.
the follow, man. Appreciate you.
He's one of the best. We love him. Cool. Let's wrap this up. Any final thoughts on PlayStation Plus Premium?
I just want it now. Like I'm ready. PS Now, give it to me now. No,
I'm,
I'm just ready for it.
so I signed up for PS Now as kind of like a test, and I forgot to cancel it. I found out, so I still have it. So I'm just not going to cancel it because that's going to give me the essential version for
There
free,
you
like
go.
or for the same price.
Nice.
And I have been checking out the library. That's my next step. So I'm trying to figure out like what's there already. I'd be willing to bet that it's going to be very similar to that, plus some extra little frills and stuff like that.
Totally.
So far so good. There's some cool stuff in there. I think it's pretty good. It's not amazing. It's like one of those things. It's like, but if there's a couple more games, some historical games, things like that'll really pique my interest. And as a PC gamer too on the side, like it's allowing me to play those on my PC and not have to be fire up my PlayStation if I don't want to. So
Totally.
it's kind of options. I like options. But overall, I think it's a good actual reveal. I think people need to get a little bit more excited about this. This is a pretty cool thing to see
Yeah.
both of them competing. It's going to make Xbox respond. It's going to make PlayStation respond. They're going to give us more stuff for less money, and I'm really about that. So
Absolutely.
anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our Attack of the Mic episode featuring the In-Betweeno. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and go over to twitch.com twitch.tv / In-Betweeno and hit that follow. And as always, stay classy.